Good morning, you guys. So it's Tuesday morning, 7 a.m. So I did sleep pretty well last night. I went down around 9:30. I woke up at 4 to go to the bathroom, went back to sleep, and kind of slept on and off until 6. So I actually feel, compared to how I felt last night, I'm feeling pretty good. Yes, I'm done with this. I just got done smashing together the last 2 days' videos. Oh, my little ears. I just got done smashing together the last 2 days videos. So we'll have day 10 and 11 uploaded tonight. They're compiling right now. I don't have any big plans for today. The bulk of my cleaning and tidying has already been done for the week. I kind of use Saturday, like intermittent blobs of time, Saturday and Sunday, to kind of get the cleaning done and take care of stuff like that. So I'm caffeinating right now. I do have to, like the daily things like make the bed that still need to be done this morning because I've only been up for an hour. All I've had time to do is say goodbye to Troy and drink a cup of coffee. I am going to give one last day to trying to finish cards. And what I'm going to do is whatever I get finished, I'm going to bring down and get sent out. Our mail doesn't run generally until 6:30, which is really sad because I ordered something really fun on. So if you are a subscriber to Yarnable, you get frequently a coupon code in your Yarnable. So I might have ordered something special from Yarnable, mostly because I was disappointed that I didn't get to do my Advent project like I had planned because my yarn didn't get here in time. And then now I'm trying to catch up, which probably means I won't get done until like February. just no. I don't know. The days really aren't hard to do. Each day is very easy to get done in a day. Especially when, I can't guarantee when I'm going to be home and not be home and stuff. But anyway, I really wanted that. It was supposed to be here yesterday. However, it is processing through the system. So I've got to wait to get that now. So I'm going to try to get these cards in the mail today. Like what I get done, what I had done the other day and what I get done today, I'm going to try to get those addressed and in the post box before my mail lady gets here at 6:30 tonight. Then I'm going to keep trying to get things done. I do have a set of cards that just need insides that I did this year and the cards that I did last year that are kind of more winter themed. So I have some people that I want to send cards to that don't necessarily celebrate Christmas, but I do want to make sure that they know I'm thinking about them. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to finish the cards I have now. And I might get like a third of the way through those. It just depends on what Pippin lets me do today. Switch arms. I need to, at some point today, run to the grocery store. And if I'm going to do that, I may as well run to the post office because the post office is right there. We've been eating a lot of chicken recently, a lot of poultry. So I'm thinking I might look to see what Lowe's has on sale versus Publix. And if Lowe's has like New York strips on sale, I might do asparagus and steak for dinner one night this week because we haven't had steak in a while, and that sounds like it would be really good. Their meat department is really, really good. I won't do anything fancy, just a normal, butter fried steak. But I've got some blue cheese in there. And I also, one thing I really want to make is roasted beets. Pippin, leave my shoes. Stop trying to eat my shoes. This is how cats get injured. He is literally up under my feet as I'm trying to walk through the house trying to eat my shoes. He wants me to play fish on a stick with him. So, anyway, what I think I'm going to do is check those sales out. I'd really like to make roasted beets with feta. And, I mean, we just kind of need meals. I do have some barbecue in the freezer from my mother-in-law's birthday party that I could pull out too if I just don't feel like making it to the store. I do have 1 serving left of the mushroom and chicken soup, so we could do that tonight. It is 30 degrees again. Troy turned on the fire, so I'm kind of surprised Pippen's not just laying in front of that right now. But that's going to kind of, like, looking at that may kind of dictate what I do today. We had a showing last night at the house. It's really funny. I actually texted my realtor. So we pulled the showing times for this week so the painters could get in the house and do their business. And of course, like, we haven't had very many showings recently. I mean, it's kind of like for real estate, it's the dead period. But we've had 2 people, one yesterday and one for today, that just insisted they have to see the house now when we don't have showings available. And it's like, oh, good grief. So I haven't heard anything about how that went yesterday. And I'm curious to see how the one today at 11 o'clock goes. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of, like, just adulty things that I have to take care of, those little things. But other than that, I really just want to work on cards. That's my goal today. Before I start going off into Carrie land, let's see what today's tea is. Day 12. Oh, yummy, yummy. Lemon, ginger, and manuka honey. Like I've said, I really love the chamomile and honey, and I do love a ginger tea. And it says, bring sunshine and sweetness with honey and lemon. Give your tea a taste of heaven. And the packet says, a welcoming cup of spicy bliss. So yeah, that will be very, very tasty. I think that would actually go really well with the winter warmer tea as well. So I could do a twofer and just mix my own tea match. But we'll bring that over here. I've gotten behind on drinking my teas just because, like, last night I was so tired. I could barely stand to be in my own body. And I did pull a couple of my own Alpaca teas out because I knew, like, we had, like, a chai in the advent calendar. And I was like, well, I can mix that with the other Alpaca chai I've got. So we've got 3 ginger, so I could mix this with the 3 ginger. It would go fine with the Supreme Matcha, the Winter Warmer, the Ginseng Matcha. So the honey, lemon, ginger would go with a lot of different things. So that was my tea. This one's the tea that I got in my ALC the other day. Masala chai. So anyway, there's my tea. I'm gonna take care of a little bit of business this morning, and then I'm gonna get upstairs until I'm hungry. Well, I probably have to make a grocery list first. I have to make the decision on if I'm going to the grocery store first. Then I need to, get on with being adulty this morning. But anyway, I've already talked to you for 8 minutes. I probably ought to shut my pie hole just a little bit. He's got the tail off his fish, so he's laying in the floor playing with that. Because Pippen is the destroyer of toys. I know he wants to come. Yeah. So anyway, I will check in with you guys in a bit and let you know how the day is shaking. Hey guys, so it's now like 9:30-ish. I swear, I keep trying to get up here, and as I'm trying to get up here, one thing after another blocks me from getting up here. It is absolutely ridiculous how hard it is to just do normal things some days. So I made it. The state of my desk right now. I am going to get to work. The orange one is downstairs with the spring toy. So I might get about half an hour before. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I'll probably end up eating lunch anyway and having to take a break anyway. But still, it's just kind of like, I'd like to get these done so I can get them in the mail. That's all. That's all. That's all I'd like. That's all. That seems so simple, doesn't it? I know, but here we are. I do have about 20 cards I need to just stamp insides for, so that's what I'm going to focus on first. And then I have the stack that I shared with you guys the other day. These are the ones that just need insides. These need insides and to be embellished on the outside. This group needs to be put together. This one's just sitting here because I had to glue down the enamel dot the other day because it wasn't sticking properly. So I'm going to get started. I got to find a podcast to listen to. I'll probably listen to Mr. Ballin. But anyway, this is where I am. Hey guys. Sorry, I just got done eating a pickle. It is now 11 a.m. I am going to stop to eat some lunch. Well, I'm already sitting here stopped to eat my lunch. I was having chicken and cottage cheese and pickles. It sounded good. Like I said the other day, like girl dinner kind of stuff is a normal thing for me. I'm not big on the like eat a big meal or anything kind of most days. So I did decide to go ahead and not go to the grocery store today. I might go tomorrow after Pippin's appointment, depending on how I feel, if I can drop him off here. It also depends on how he's feeling after he gets his little booster shots and stuff, his little annual shots. Or I could go on Thursday or Friday. So it's not going to put me out too much. I do kind of wish I was going by the post office, but other than that, like whatever. I did bring down the cards I have done. Cards that are done. And after I'm done eating, I'm going to go ahead and get these filled out, get them addressed, stamped, and shoved in the mailbox out there. It's really about all I got. It's been pretty quiet. The cats have interrupted me a couple times. I've gotten a couple stupid phone calls that I had to stop and deal with. But other than that, Banner will be up here in a minute because I did chop him up some of the chicken I'm eating. Like I said the other day, it's his favorite food on earth. So he will probably be jumping up here trying to steal my food here in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get to eating so I at least get some of my protein in. Anyway, that is very all. I will check in with you guys as we keep going. There are just moments where I'm like, really? 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 So I might be just a little delayed in trying to get cards done because Banner's trying to figure out where to lay without stepping on top of Pippin. So we're having some cuddle contemplations here. Alrighty, you guys. So I had 43 cards. 43 cards are addressed, about to be stamped, and ready to go into the mailbox. It is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about halfway done making cards based on what I have left on my address stickers. Oh, mercy me. If I can finish the ones I have upstairs, there is a chance I could have all these out by the end of the week. It's a little chance, but there is a chance. But yeah, I'm only about halfway through. I still need like another 50 cards. And that's not including like anybody who sends us a card that I didn't just send a card to. Yeah. I can do this. I can do this. I can get this done. I've got to remember I have to send anybody who's out of the country a New Year's card, which buys me a little bit of time. And I do have, like I said, a couple of people who don't celebrate Christmas that I'll need to send a Happy New Year card or warm winter wishes card to. But because it's so late, I don't trust anybody, even in Canada, getting a card if I send it right now. So I'm going to have to send those after Christmas. Those need to be sent out after Christmas. That buys me some time, but I still need to finish 50 cards so I can make 50. I need to make 50 cards in order to finish my mailing list. All right, well, on to stamping, and then I need to weigh these and mark these in my journal and then put them out in the mailbox. So what happens when you move and then have parties and have to host holidays and everything else within the first, like, 3 months after moving? The other day, I was asked why I didn't have a problem with this when we moved to Charlotte, and it's because when we moved to Charlotte, I didn't have to host a birthday party, I didn't have to host Thanksgiving, and I didn't have to host Christmas, I didn't have to host Halloween. It was basically get as unpacked as we needed to. Plus, we didn't have to paint the entire house when we moved to Charlotte. That house was already more or less in our colors, so we really didn't have to paint the whole house. We only had to paint the craft room. So now here I am this year where we had to literally paint every room in the house. Like, we still have rooms that need to be painted, but nobody was going to see those, or, you know, we don't know what color we want to paint them, like the frog. The master bathroom, we don't know what we want to do with that one because we need to take down that wallpaper and paint it. Same thing with we didn't do any of the bathrooms. So we still have painting to do in this house. The other house was already like perfectly painted for us. It had been repainted right before we moved and moved in. And the only room that I needed to paint was the craft room. So yeah. So anyway, I am going to get these stamped. I'm going to weigh them, put them down in my journal, and then I'm going to run them out to the mailbox. Probably ought to work out. And then I need to finish cards. It's a good thing dinner's more or less ready. We're doing soup and grilled cheese, so. Yeah. Yep. Well, guys, I got another tiny stack of cards here. I think there's like 20 cards there, maybe ish. It's all the ones kind of based on this sketch, so they were pretty quick to get finished up. I've got some floating enamel dots there. I probably should have glued those down with some wet glue, but I've got these. I'm going to go ahead and start addressing these and getting these ready to go out to the mailbox. I do have like 24 more that are kind of more or less made. What's you doing, bananas? Hyper kitten. He just came in off the catio. So I am going to get to starting on these. Troy should be coming home here shortly, so I'll start making dinner then. But I'm going to take advantage of the time I've got to get these addressed. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for today. We're going to sit here and tuck into some TV, and I'm going to keep working on my stocking. I'm on day 5 now. So if I finish day 5 before I go to bed, I'll take a picture of it and slap it in here. But if not, this is the farewell for tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed following me around today. At least I got into the craft room for a few minutes. At least I got something accomplished other than just running errands and joking with y'all sitting in traffic. So anyway, I love you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Good morning, you guys. So it is 7:30. Pippin's appointment is in 2 hours. I've got laundry going. I've done all my chores. I'm kind of clearing the rest of the day more or less. So if Pippin is not feeling well after getting his shots and stuff, or just wants extra cuddles because it's going to be a bad day for him, I can sit here on the sofa and knit and crochet with him, watch TV, cuddle, make sure he feels fine. So I've kind of cleared my day now so I can take care of the cat. He's curled up under the Christmas tree. I don't know if he'll let me get a good video of him. Banner's hanging out in the kitchen window. He jumps up on the counter and slides back there, and I don't want him on the counter, but...
See, there's a precious boys. There's a Pippidilly. Yes, so there's a Pippin.
It's this time of year, it's his favorite place to be. But yeah, I wanted to clear the day to take care of him. So, but Banner slips up here by the sink. And he just watches the world. He can see all the squirrel activity from here. So. Anyway, I was up at 4:30, so I'm not really tired. I actually slept really well, but it's been a busy morning. Let's see, today is the 18th. Today's tea is Alpaca Radiance. I did have the winter warmer with the ginger, honey, lemon. That was so good. It says, brush your teeth tonight as a mini meditation. Focus on every part of the occasion. Okay. So this one is fennel, nettle, and peppermint, which sounds, once again, yummy and great for digestion at the end of the day. So, Radiance. I am planning on either on the way to the vet or on the way home from the vet going to the post office. The pass literally right by the post office on the way to the vet's office. So I plan on going by the post office today. I'm not going to go to the grocery store. So one of those things I can eat freely and just kind of keep in mind cholesterol and sodium is charcuterie. So tonight we'll either do charcutes for dinner, or we can do cold dinner, which is roast chicken, tomatoes, cucumbers. I like doing that in the summer since it's been so cold. Probably not what I'm going to really want. I don't mind it for lunch, but for dinner that seems kind of, and when it's cold. There's also some barbecue in the freezer I could pull out. So there's a couple different options for dinner tonight that's here. So I'm going to go with what's here. And we'll keep it just simple. I don't think the painters are going to be done today. So that means Friday I'll be going back up to Charlotte to see how everything looks, pay the painters, just kind of wrap up that process. We've had showings while we have the painters in there, which is so weird. Like every time we pull showings, it seems like we get this huge burst of people wanting to see the house, and they have to see it on that day. It is the weirdest phenomena ever. So we're going from a, not colorful house, but specifically designed house to everything beige. It'll be kind of weird. I keep calling it whitewashing the house because that's kind of what it's like. I will never understand the desire for the blank slate house when you buy it. Most people kind of have a color palette that they normally use for things that works for their furniture. So the fact that people want the all white house when they buy it just to have to come in and repaint it again always just seems so weird to me. But it is what it is. They should be pretty quiet today. We decided to finally start Reacher, so we'll probably watch that tonight while we eat dinner. We watched the first episode last night. Troy has been mentioning like he kind of wants to watch it, and he's far more particular about shows than I am. I will give pretty much anything a shot, getting him interested in watching something. It's a little bit of a, even when we watch Gotham, we quit watching Gotham after the second episode the first time we tried to watch it, because we got into an argument over who killed Bruce Wayne's parents. And he kept saying Jack Napier, and I kept saying Joe Chill. And we had an entire, because he's like, they're going off canon. They're doing their own thing. This isn't right. And I'm like, And then I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden he decided he wanted to watch it and give it a shot again. So we did, and he loved it. So I think it's when James Frame joined the cast. He's one of those actors that always chooses good things to be in. Orphan Black, Gotham, The Tudors, Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, just pretty much anything he shows up in is pretty good. So I don't know. Anyway, we're off to a good start with Reacher. It's interesting. Kind of want to know what happens. So I guess that's what we're going to be watching for the next, I think there's only 2 seasons. Maybe there's more. I don't know. It's hard to tell on Amazon how many seasons of a show there actually are, because Amazon hides the seasons. So it's not like, Netflix, you have like the big drop down menu that shows you like all the seasons together. Amazon like hides them in the menu. So it's kind of hard to see how many seasons are, but I think there's 2. There could be more. By the time this goes up, I'll have the answer, but I'm sure you guys are in the comment section typing back. Yeah, it's going to be a quiet day, a peaceful day. I'm going to keep working on my stocking as the day goes by. I did print out up through day 12 now. So I'm on day 5. And day 8 and 9, are turning the heel. So this should go fairly quickly to the heel. And then after that, we have the color work. So we go back to color work. Yeah, other than that, I mean, not much to check in on. I didn't get much done on the stocking last night after I told you all good night. I think I did like 3 rows, maybe 2 rows. I did get rid of my Post-it note on the pattern and move to my Post-it tape. I've told you guys before, I really love this stuff. It's the pattern is very small. Trying to look at the color work. It's very small for me, even on the clipboard printed out. So, and it's high contrast. It's not like, it's not the contrast, but to mark the rows, I'm using this. Working much better for me than the Post-it, because the Post-it would lift and then it would obscure the row from me. So anyway, there is that. Yeah, we're going to have more adventure in the car with Pippen than I think the rest of the day will hold. Now, if he just curls up under the tree and goes to sleep, I might try to go upstairs and work on the next 30 cards. I know at least 24 of the diagonal design up there that just need to be embellished now. They just need to be embellished. So it won't take long to finish those up. And I'm hoping to have some extra cards. So if somebody sends a card that I didn't already have an address for, I can send them a card to make sure that everything's covered. But anyhow, I am, until the laundry comes or finishes in the dryer, I am done for the morning. So I am going to chill out, relax, until I have to fight Pippin into the carrier. I do have a tube treat set aside for him there at the doctor's office. Once I get him back in his crate, he can have a tube, and then I'll shut the door on him. I love you guys. Somebody's not very happy with mommy. We just got in the car. I preheated it a little bit. Ugh. I knew this would be the response. We're in the carrier that opens from the top, so at least it was relatively painless to get him in the carrier, but he had no idea what was going on. He was all curled up asleep and perfectly fine, and then he got picked up and dropped in a cage, so hopefully he'll be okay at the doctor's.
Look at how good my pumpkin muffin is. So the doctor says everything looks good.
Boy, so we're gonna keep an eye on the weight. We're doing the senior blood panel this one time just to make sure everything's still good, since it's the first time they're seeing him. He got a shot, he got his treat. He ate most of it there at the vet's office. Well, there's still a little bit more for when we get home. He did very good. Everybody's in love with him, just like I knew they would be. I went to the post office. I got my mail. I got 3 cards in there. So I'll share that when we get home. But I want to get my little pumpkin booty home because he wants to get back under his Christmas tree. Yes, he does. He's probably not going to feel great for the rest of the day because he did get his rabies vaccine. Oh, no wonder I keep feeling flu from back there. Anyway, it is cold. It is still 35 degrees. So we're going to get home.
There is clearly forgiveness in the little Pippin heart. Yeah. He's a good boy. He got the rest of his tube when we got him out of the carrier, and now he's very happy boy. He's back home. I don't think he realizes he's probably going to feel yucky here shortly, but we have lots of blankets for snuggles. Yes, right. We have lots of blankies for snuggles. So I'm going to make myself some lunch. We'll stretch out, take a little nap break. I have a feeling he'll be sleeping on my lap in about 10 minutes after I sit down. So that is where we are. Banner is in hiding. I believe he is asleep for his long siesta. Anyway, lunch. Might want to show some light there. So I just finished day 7 on my stocking. So now it's time to turn the heel for day 8 and 9. So that'll go pretty quickly. I'm getting caught up very quickly. Today is day 13. So I have the chart printed out through day 12. And just kind of chilling here. Pippin laid on my lap for a little bit. Then Banner laid in my lap for a little bit. But now we have this. So he is just tucked in, relaxing. He wants to be close, but he doesn't want to be on top of me anymore, so that's fine. But he's just curled up in here sleeping. I don't think he's feeling particularly great, but I don't think he's feeling particularly awful either. We'll see how he feels at 5 o'clock when dinner time rolls around. So I'm just sitting here hanging out with him, making sure he has snuggles when he wants them. I helped him get into his little blankie fort, because that's how he likes it. But yeah, it's been very quiet here. Nothing particularly interesting going on, nothing earth-shattering happening, so we're just keeping it chill and keeping it quiet. Hey guys, so I'm starting to wind down for the evening. Troy's on his way home. I'm going to jump in the shower. We're just having basic charcuterie dinner tonight. So I did want to share with you guys the cards that I got today. So first off, I got a card from Susan in Canada. That's just such a warm, snuggly scene. I was sitting here looking at it, just thinking about how pretty it is and how much it makes me
want to finish decorating this house and make a warm home here. I don't know. Making me feel so sappy. The next one is from Wendy. And that makes me look forward to the springtime when it's going to be warmer. We've had a wind chill all day today, so it's been very, very cold. She also sent me some super cute earrings. This one kind of hits all the marks. My love of gnomes, kittens, and Halloween. And then we also have these, which are Halloween themed, little reapers and jack-o'-lanterns and the spider webs. Thank you so much, Wendy. They're absolutely precious. And then the last one is from Angel. And this one is a handmade card. I love the cardinals. They're so sweet. Actually, believe it or not, so cardinals are the state bird of North Carolina. However, everywhere I've lived in South Carolina has had way more cardinals in my yard than while I was in North Carolina. So it's been like 4 years, no cardinals. We had blue jays, bluebirds. We had a couple finches and wrens. But we didn't have, and obviously the ducks and geese and stuff like that I kept sharing in videos, but no cardinals in my yard. And we've got 2 cardinal couples at least in the yard here, but we had a multi-generational family at the previous house here in Columbia. So they nest in the same place, and they also nest for life. So cardinals are actually pretty cool birds. But thank you guys so much, so much. I absolutely love the cards. I love getting cards. I love seeing how people choose their cards. It's one of those, you can tell a lot about a person's disposition based on the kinds of cards that they choose to send. And all of these are just so happy and so sweet, and they just make me feel so loved inside. So thank you guys so much for the cards. I suppose we can take these into the kitchen now that I've shared them, and they can go up on the pantry. See if we can catch a glimpse of the cat. So Pippen just woke up. He's been in his blanket fort on the sofa for like 3 hours now. And he would rustle for a minute and then wake up, and then I'd hear him snoring in there, and I'd occasionally stick my hand in there to see how he was doing. Banner apparently is going to be an acrobat and is jumping around places he's not supposed to be. They just got dinner, but neither one of them were particularly interested. Yeah, you don't eat pickled beets. You don't eat crackers. Actually, he does eat my crackers, but you see where he's prepping dinner. Stuck them in the, there's a tray with fruit and cheese, and there's a small tray with meats and olives and pickled beets. So one of Troy's favorite random foods is pickled beets. But they're, you know, cats, like I said, they're like toddlers. They're weird, they're hyper, they're spazzy. So Pippin's gonna eat, and Banner's playing with his fountain. I'm not sure he's even drinking. I think he may just be playing. Silly kitten. Oh, no, he's saying he doesn't want his food. Great. I only have 3 cases of that food left. If he's going to start balking at eating the salmon. Okay, there he goes. I was going to say, I don't know what I'm going to do. So, anywho, I'll probably keep taking pictures. I'm in the middle of day 8. That's the first day of turning the heel. So I'll probably keep taking pictures of the stocking as I go. I plan on keep working on that tonight. And that'll probably wrap up the talking portion for me for the day, because we'll tuck into Reacher. And if I take my shower now, that means I can stay up just a little bit longer knitting and hanging out. So especially since it's late. It's about 5:45 now, so it's actually kind of late for Troy getting home, and he's stuck in a traffic jam. So
I suppose turnaround's fair play. I have not heard from my painters in Charlotte, so it looks like it'll probably be Friday when I go up and check out the house, meet with my realtor. I'm going to try to get up there early so I can walk with my friends. If not, we'll just go grab a cup of coffee before I come back. But anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful day. I hope it didn't bore you guys too much. A lot of weird random things to share. I'm surprised how fast I'm getting caught up on that stocking. So anyway, I love you guys.